What's happening, folks? This is Eli with Ears Tutorials, and today I actually wanted to do a video that's a little bit different than what we usually do here in our page, and that is I wanted to talk to you guys about Freedom Debt Relief. This is a page, and well, a company actually, that helps you clear debt, and I just wanted to show you my dashboard and everything. I've already finished the program, and I'm very happy with it, but I wanted to talk about it because a lot of people are looking to get out of debt, and they probably, with debt you feel like you have no choice and you have no options, and a company like Freedom Debt Relief does help out a lot to get clear out of all that debt. So I want you guys to leave a comment at the bottom of this video here. Leave a comment. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. I'm going to try to answer them as best as I can. But if you have any questions and you're thinking about signing up and you have any doubts or anything like that, look, I'm here to help you, and I'll show you. I'll give you more information about that on your comment. But let's get started. So I just first want to tell you my story and how everything happened. I'm not gonna make it too long because there's a lot to cover in this video. So the first thing is, how did it happen? How did I get into that debt situation? For me, I had family death, and I also had to pay for certain things. And as time happened and things happened, I also had some real estate that I'm managing that I had to do some repairs for. And this led me to the debt that I basically accumulated, which is, I'm not gonna give you the number, but I could say, that it wasn't that high and it wasn't that low. But anyway, so I accumulated this debt, and I said, okay, well, what am I gonna do? I have to pay this debt, and I decided to call the companies, the credit card companies, and let them know, see, what could I do to help you to make this payment? I don't want to not make the payments. I want to make sure that everything is done. So the companies, none of them, I'm gonna take the companies because I'm very, some of the companies actually were able to work with me because of Freedom Debt, but there was just some. There was one in particular, Bank of America, was horrible to work with. But the other companies, Chase and I believe it was Citibank, they were okay to work with. They were able to help me clear my debt. So, but anyway, so getting back to the story, it really was just very difficult for me to pay this debt. So that made me make that decision. Okay, I gotta do something about this debt that's just getting worse and worse. So finally, I decided to look for a program. But I didn't decide just because I was thinking about it. I got on an Uber one day, and I meet this gentleman who tells me that you can actually clear your debt, and he told me the process of it. So I said, okay, well, you know what? Hey, let me try this. Let me try it. Let me get in touch with somebody, and let me do some research. And I found Freedom Debt Relief. So I signed up for this program, and the lady starts explaining everything to me, which I'll explain to you guys what she explained to me, the process. But I do want to say it lasted 5 years, and I did sign up because I basically found out that I realized that I couldn't make any more payments, that it wasn't going to anything. It was everything interest. So these credit card companies, and at the time I actually didn't know that much about debt, so it was definitely an education process to go through Freedom Debt. I'm going to log in a little bit to the client dashboard so you can see how I did in the program. It's going to be the proof for you guys that I did do the program. But yeah, so I signed up for this, and it was a pretty hectic process at first, but the folks at Freedom Debt Relief made it very easy, and they were able to work with me. They even texted me, so that's something that was very important. That they did keep me in communication with me and told me everything, kept me up. Okay, so now that I told you the story and pretty much how everything happened, I do want to tell you the next part of it, the process. What is it that you have to do once you sign up, and what is expected of you so that you can make this thing happen and clear your debt. So the first thing you need to do is sign up in the website, and then you either get contacted by somebody, And once they contact you, they'll try to explain to you the process, but I'm going to try to explain it to you from here. The person's going to contact you and basically tell you, okay, we need you to make deposits every month. And depending on the type of debt that you have, how much debt you have, they're going to give you a deposit amount. They're going to try to give you the best possible deposit amount that you can give to them. Okay, so once you make the deposit, the next step in the process here is basically not make any payments to any of your credit card companies, and then that payment that you're making to Freedom Debt, that payment is going to start accumulating within months. So you put 400 today, the next month you put 400, that's 800. You understand? Now that wasn't my payment, but it's that's a payment that you can make it faster. So in this case, so you're paying 400 and you're paying another 400, that's $800 in 2 months. So in 4 months, it's 1,600. You see? So the money starts to accumulate within months. But you're not paying the credit card companies. You're paying Freedom Debt. You're depositing that money every month. Eventually, the company, you're going to have to actually provide the bank information or not the bank, but the credit card information to Freedom Debt, so that Freedom Debt basically knows which bank it is and all that, and they help you handle. And if you start getting phone calls from your creditors or your credit card companies, what you want to do is you want to forward that call and basically give that information, tell them to contact Freedom Debt, and they will contact Freedom Debt, and basically Freedom Debt will be in contact with them and tell them and basically explain to them what's going on. That's one of the most important things. So now that you do that, the next step is wait for settlements to come in. See, credit card companies are going to start, they're going to start getting upset that you're not making those payments. So they're going to start calling you. And your next step is to literally get the credit card companies to talk to Freedom Debt. And Freedom Debt talks to them and makes a settlement for you. In my case, some of my settlements were really good. I believe one of the settlements I only had to pay $1,000, and I think I owed like $3,000. So they are pretty good at lowering that debt and basically canceling a lot of that debt. You do have to pay a tax at the end of the year, just so for each debt that gets forgiving. But other than that, it's pretty streamlined. Now, okay, I said they help you out with that part, but there's also another part that goes with Freedom Debt, and that is the National Litigation Group people. When you sign up for Freedom Debt, they're going to ask you, hey, do you want to get a lawyer that's going to help you in case you get sued? Basically it's as simple as that. And I tell you, yes, pay whatever the extra cash. I paid $12 a month to have a lawyer. Pay that $12 a month or whatever they ask you, because it's very important. In my case, I was sued by, I believe it was Bank of America. And they sued me and they wanted all the money back. So, I had contacted Bank of America. It was very difficult. And finally, we agreed, and they actually sent a letter home with a constable, believe it or not. And the constable came in and he gave us that I literally left it there. He didn't actually leave it there, give it to us. He just left it there. So after leaving it there, I knew what was going on, and I had to call them right away and get in touch with the Freedom Debt people, let them know that constable had done that. And they're really nice about it, and they helped me out. They actually connected me with the National Litigation Group people. And then the National Litigation Group actually took over that, and they were the ones handling the case. They were the attorneys working. So they were able to fix it. They went into the process, they went to the courts and whatever, and they took care of it. So after that, that was actually my last, it was my last card, because I had already paid everything. And so they literally helped me one by one. Now, what do I have to say that's negative about this? Because I know that it sounds like I'm selling you the company. I actually wanted to say that I'm not affiliated with Freedom Debt. They're not paying me for me to tell you about this stuff. I wanted to tell you about it because I went through it and it was hard, it was tough, especially not knowing. What I could tell you is that it's going to be okay. As long as you follow the program, it will be okay. They will help you out. Sometimes the lawyers of the National Litigation Group people, they don't answer right away, but that's okay. Just keep on them, and eventually they will answer. And if you do have to get in touch with them and they're not reaching out to you like they're supposed to, you can also contact the Freedom Debt Relief people, and they'll contact them for you if there's an issue. So it's pretty streamlined. We definitely recommend you to do it, but I'm also going to log in to show you, because I know, hey, this guy's talking about this stuff. He's not showing us the stuff. I'm going to log into my client dashboard so you see how everything works and all that. In this case, just takes a few seconds to log in. It tells you, Bank of America, Citibank, Chase. These are my cards right here. Now, I'm going to block some of this information here because it's kind of private. But I do want to show you this stuff. It's really cool stuff. They have an overview for you, things that you can read up. It'll tell you the different faces. Literally videos explaining this stuff to you, so you don't have to worry so much about it. It explains to you the settlements as well and all that stuff. With the settlements, it's pretty simple. They literally negotiate it for you, and then you just start making payments to that. So the payment that you're paying to the that's going into Freedom Debt, they start taking that cash out. So one of the credit cards, I owe like about $1,000 to it. What they did, they actually paid it. It was pretty fast. The settlement was, they actually fixed it to $1,000, and I was able to pay it because I had already had the money accumulated. Because you're putting, they're gonna ask you to put at least $300 or $400. In my case, it was about $300. So I had to pay $300 a month to Freedom Debt. So I did, and I finally eventually accumulated everything, and it was pretty much done after that. I do recommend you to do it if you find that you're in a situation where you don't know what to do with this stuff, and you're worried about it, and you think that you're stuck with this debt. I'm here to tell you that no, you're not stuck with this debt. You're gonna be fine. And that's pretty much it. Make sure you sign up for it, and if you're interested, and of course, again, remember that I'm telling you this, but I'm not actually affiliated with them or anything like that. They're not giving me any kind of payment or anything like that. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because there's a lot of people that have debt, and I know, especially now with these credit cards and everything going on, it's very crazy. So signing off, this is Eli. Take care, folks.